Hey everyone, this is going to be a very quick one. I just want to show you guys how to build a rock, paper, scissors game with Svelte 5. Now, the way this game is going to work is that you're going to be playing against the quote unquote computer. And just as the instructions stated below here, tap on either the rock, paper, or scissors to choose. So you click on an option, and then there's like a little animation that goes rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then put your answer or your option versus the computer's options are placed to each other. So let's check this out. I'm going to choose rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and you win rock, beat scissors. And if you look at what you choose rock, and the computer shows scissors. Now I'm going to click on scissors, rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and you see I want I want again scissors with paper. You choose scissors, and the computer shows paper. Now two wins, zero lost, zero draws. I'm gonna choose rock again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I had to draw. You both choose rock. So there's one draw now. Paper. Let's see. You win. Paper beats rocks. I'm smoking the computer. Smoking it. Let's choose paper again. One, two, three, go. You lose. The computer gets ones on me. So you lose. Scissors beats paper. I choose paper, and the computer shows scissors. So that's basically how this game works. It's actually very, very easy, very simple. So let's jump right into the code. I'm actually not going to be writing this from scratch. I will leave a link to this code in GitHub so you guys can check it out by yourself. But I'll read the code for you and I'll explain what each part is doing. So let's ignore this imports for now and let's look at the variables. So we have three variables stated here. We have the won, loss, and draw. And that's to keep track of how many we've won, how many we've lost, and how many we've drawn. Now we have the user choice, so we can actually get a string to know what actually shows, whether it was rock, paper, or scissors, and then I have the computer choice as well. So I know whether the computer shows rock, paper, scissors, so I can actually display it to the user for better UX. And I have the result message, and I have this animate boolean. So we'll come back to all of this and what they are doing. And now we have this play game function. Now this is where all the functionality is actually happens. So the first thing we do with the play game function is actually clear everything. So if the result has something, we want to clear it because of we don't know the previous states could have happened and anything. So we don't actually want this to have anything. So we clear this, the user shares becomes null, the computer shares becomes null. And again, you could have played the previous game, the computer could have shown something, the user could have shown something, and we don't want that anymore. So we clear that first of all, and we set animate to true. And this is so that we have that animation, that rock, paper, scissors, up and down animation, that animating bounce. And we run this function, this delay function. And what this delay function is doing is basically just mimicking like a network request, but it's a set timeout that's gonna wait 3 seconds. And the reason why we're using this promise here is so that we can just await delay and so that we'd actually wait for it to complete or to resolve before we continue with our function. Because of if we don't use this new promise here and we use a set timeout, it will actually create this delay, but the rest of the function would run. And we don't want that. We want everything to stop for this to resolve. So once this resolves, then the animate becomes false. Then the user choice becomes the choice. Now this choice is going to be a string of either rock, paper, scissors. And then we have this choice array. Now this choice array is basically for the computer, right? So we have three choices here. Am I pronouncing that correct? Choices. We have three choices here. We have the rock, we have the paper, and we have the scissors. Now we have a random index. Now this random index is just pick randomly between rock, paper, and scissors. Now this is for the computer, right? So it's a random thing. It's not like AI or anything. I don't even think you can do AI and intelligence with a rock, paper, scissors game. You pick at random, I pick at random. That's kind of how it works. So we have a random index where we just do math.random times the choice dot length. Now this is 3. So it's going to be math.random times 3. And that means it will pick between a number from 0 to 3. Now it could be 1, 2, or 3, or it could be 1.5 or 2.3. And we don't want that. We want like want to kind of flatten that number and make sure that it's always a whole number like zero, 1, 2, because of in the case of arrays, it's going to be like that 0, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, if that makes more sense to you. So we're going to use method flow for that. So we don't get 0.5 or 1.8 or things like that. So if you get 1.8, we know that that's 2. If you get 2.5, we know that that's 3. If you get 1.2, we know that that's 1. And then we have a computer choice, and the computer choice is going to be an a string as well. So we're going to take the random index, which would be 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, or 2, and then we use it to get either rock, paper, scissors. So if this random index returned 2, then the computer choice was scissors. If this random index returned 0, then the computer choice was rock. If it returned 1, then the computer choice was paper. That's how we get it. And now we have this very ugly looking if block right here. So first of all, we check whether we can actually do this a lot better if we use the switch statement, but never mind. So first of all, we check whether the user choice was equal to the computer choice. If it was equal, then that's a draw. Then we increment the draw states. So this states right here, we increment it is by 1. And then we send a result message. We add it is a draw, you both shows, and then the rock this user choice or the computer choice, anyone you want to put here. It would actually still be the same thing. And then the if else right here, again, very, very ugly one, but pardon me. We have the user choice is either equals to rock, and the user choice is equals to, sorry, let me say that again. The user choice is equals to rock, and the computer choice is equals to scissors. Or now these are all the use cases of me as a user winning the computer. That's what I'm doing here. And we have the user choice is equals to paper, and the computer choice is equals to rock. Now, paper beats rock, and that's why I would win in this scenario. And then we also check if the user choice is equals to scissors and the computer choice is equals to paper. Scissors beats paper as well. And for the first one, I didn't actually explain this properly. The first one, rock beats scissors. So if it's any of this option right here, then I won. And then I send the results message saying you win. User choice beats whatever the computer choose. Else, if it was any other combination, then I lost. Then you lose. The computer beats user choice, and it's that easy. And this is that delay function that I had, and it's that easy. And the rest of it is basically just markup. So me displaying the result message with an animation, a transition animation, slide down, and me displaying the one lost and draw state. And here are the images, those images that we see, this rock, paper, scissors images right here. Yeah, the ones right here. And for the rock image, I just pass the rock text, so the rock string. Now this is probably not the most ideal way of doing it, so I just pass the rock string to the play game function. So this play game function is expecting a choice. So if the user clicked on rock, well, I pass the rock string as a choice to the play game. If he clicked on paper, I pass the paper string to the play game function. And if he clicked on scissors, I pass the scissors as well. And I also display user choice and a computer choice anytime that a game is played. And lastly, yeah, I have that animate bounce animation right there. So if I give myself another go, I click on scissors, rock, paper, scissors. Come on, you win for I'm smoking the computer. The last time I actually played this, the computer beat me like 10-0 or something. So I think this is get back. Yeah. So that's basically how the game works. As you can see, very easy, very simple, nothing too complicated. And most of the times, you don't actually have to make things over complicated. You can make them very easy and very simple. Just think about it, and if it makes sense to you, do it. Feel it doesn't have to be complicated. You might think that something has to have all this code and it needs to be extremely complicated for you to get the system to work. But most of the times, that's not the case. So just go ahead and build wherever you want to build. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.